Well, I don't know if I'm on or not. It says I am, but I go on the internet and I'm not. So I don't know what to do here. If you're in Houston, Texas area, you got a major flood warning, just so you know, according to your news station here. I don't even know if I'm online, so I'm just, I have no clue what's going on there. This says there's 2 people watching, so I can't see it myself, so I'm just going to run with it. Hopefully we're recording. I'd hate to be not recording and go over all this data, and I'm still having a problem. Alright, what I'm going to do is ask is if there's somebody in the chat, can you just let me know if you can hear me and if you can see ABC 13 News on the screen right now. If you could just let me know that, I'd appreciate it, because I cannot see it. And let me go back in there and take a look. It says there's 1 watching, which is probably myself. I hope it's somebody else. Let me look. See, it's not, I don't know if you can see my screen or not, but it's not showing that I'm live when I go to YouTube separately. So I apologize if this looks like shit right now, but I have no idea if I'm online or not. Since yesterday, this whole thing's screwed up. I can't upload a video. I can't live stream. I have no idea what's going on here. It's really aggravating. And in the live streaming button that I used to use over here, now they've named somebody's channel. And now it's back. What the hell is going on here? This is crazy. Okay, now I see myself. Alright, I think I'm live. I've probably been live the whole time, I don't know. And is there anybody in the chat? I can't tell. Where's my chat? I don't want this. Alright, I just did some adjusting here. Let's see if this... I don't want that. Dang it. Yeah, it's saying I'm having trouble buffering, so I don't know... I don't know what else to do, dude. There's something wrong with their system still. I'm going to wait till 7 o'clock and retry this, see if they fix anything here. But something's going on. I can't live stream properly. I'll look one more time on the... See if I can see here. Ah, okay. Now it's showing them live. Hang on. Properly. I'll look one more time on the... Alright, I'm going to rock and roll here. back to here. Now it's showing them live again. Alright, I'm gonna rock and roll here. I'm just waiting for it to update and make sure I'm seeing this channel. Hang on. I don't want it with all the 20 pages that infinity. There we go. All right, it's rocking. All right, let's go. All right, this is WagsCgo. I'll cut out all the beginning of that on the save portion. As you all know by now, it's been about 22 hours since YouTube went offline. I was watching a channel live at the time, and I switched over to Twitch, where he was also broadcasting simultaneously, and they were working, so I know for sure Twitch was on. The funny thing was is his channel, Twitch, went down exactly at the same time YouTube went back up in our area, anyways, Chicagoland area. So I found that pretty interesting. So my original thought is, are they testing kill switches? So they just did that update over the weekend. Did they add in, instead of this ICANN changing the so you can't get hacked or whatever, which everybody's getting hacked, it looks like. My question first in my head was, when I saw Twitch go down and YouTube go up simultaneously around 11 o'clock, did they do that just to test it real quick? And the rumors going around, from the moon exploding to aliens coming and armadas of aliens, and you guys gotta knock this shit off, dude. I know half the country statistically believes in aliens, which is cool. If you believe that and you believe they're coming to get you, that's cool. I just wouldn't hold my breath. No pun intended. All right, now let's get on with this. Because, as some of you know, depending on what job you do, when people lie, a lot of times they lie by omission. Liars by omission. So we'll get to that. That's what this is going to be mostly about. Because when you take things, or you deceitfully remove shit, now they're doing it to radar. If anybody watches Truth by Grace, I think that's her. I'll have to look it up. She's been watching these hurricanes and with the radar, local radars, and they're not matching up. It's not jiving. Then on this last one, Mike, or whatever its name was, that took out 25 military jets or whatever that are now missing again. That had to be funny when you get back from escaping the water and you come back and the jets are just gone, like someone must have left the keys in them or something. Anyways, if they're now deleting data off of radar, local radar. Now, I've been documenting for almost 2 years our friends with the space program deleting a ton of data, and then it's always when we get hit with a storm, a geomagnetic storm, or something to that effect. There's only certain time though they delete data. So you'll see in a minute when I get to this other page why they're deleting the data. Okay. I like how they start this out. The search for cute cat videos. Really, is that what people are on YouTube now looking for? Or that 1980s music. So they're targeting people that listen to 1980s music. Your video was put on hold last night. Now you got to remember, all these stations are owned by 6 companies, and most of them are owned by one. Like hundreds of them are owned by one person. So they get a script for the nightly news. These people just read it. They're robots. They sit there and read. That's why they'll be replaced by robots. So, or idiots like me that just read the same shit they're reading, and then you just go to whoever's personality you like the best. But so they're reading this probably nationwide. So they're making fun of the 80s people that listen to 80s music. The people looking for cat videos. That was like 20 years ago. I'm surprised they didn't throw porn. Everybody, there's no porn on YouTube, so I guess that's probably why. All right, YouTube went offline for unspecified reasons. Right there's bullshit. Don't tell me you don't know why you went down. The website confirmed on Twitter that it was having access issues, but did not offer the. Of course they're not. It's top secret. Or Pop Secret. Remember that? The candy or whatever that was, the cookies or whatever the fuck that was. All right. Thanks for your reports on YouTube. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they're lying right out of the gate. So when I see this, when I see the lying right in public on their statement, right out of the gate, oh, it's funny. They put the jet down here that I'm talking about. The one that was left behind was laying in like someone's backyard or something. Okay, if you look right there, that's one of the jets that we were just talking about in Florida, Hurricane Mike. So, if you look here on solarham.net, the only reason I'm going here is I want to show you it's got an easy to use UTC time. You could look right now, it's 6:43. So in UTC, Universal Time, that's 2,343 hours, or now 2,344. Just went up a minute. So the internet went down, or YouTube went down 2 hours from now. So this is 11:45 according to UTC as of right now. So 6:45, 7:45, 8:45. Add 2 hours to that. So 00:45 would be 1. 01:45 would be 2 hours. So around 0200. Let me write this down. 0200 hours, approximately, give or take 10 minutes. UTC. I'm writing this down so I don't have to keep calculating this on my fingers. YouTube went down, and according to this news, it happened for about 90 minutes. And I'm not going to read the rest of this because it doesn't matter. So, whatever. Just wanted to show you that it had gone down. Let me close that out. Now, you may recognize this. It's called your local star, otherwise known as the sun. It used to be orange, like they're showing here, but through our atmosphere, we're seeing it white. But that's a whole nother episode. Now, I stopped this. I want to show you something. This is where I'm going to tie this shit in with the sun. And is this the reason? Did it maybe take out a satellite? Did something happen with energy either from the sun, or, like we've seen in the past 2 years, we're getting energy bursts that are not from the sun? How do we know that? Well, you can watch some of my shows, or we can go over here to these little instruments. Now, the problem is we have to believe the people who are posting this data. And I'm pretty sure it's right most of the time because of this. Hang on, let me pause this. Let me make sure we're on the right page. So, if you look at this is the magnetic energy that's hitting the Earth. The sun is off to the right on all these three things you see on the screen right now, these charts. So, look at here. I fast forward. We're at 1800. See how it does this? I'm moving the timeline. I'm going to go forward now. We're at October 16th yesterday at 1827 hours. We're looking for October 17th at 0200 hours is the time that we're looking for. But watch this. Besides all that red ball that looks like a spider now, right here, there's not supposed to be a red ball here. Right there. This big red ball in front of Earth. Earth is right there. This red ball, whatever the hell this is, it's on the light side of the Earth at this time. Because light is there. The dark side of the Earth is to the left. Okay? So, the sun's hitting. This red bow didn't always used to be there. It used to be just a normal white line. If you look, red is max energy. 1.23 plus, it says here. So, constant now that this red thing is here all the time. So we're getting hit with energy. When you look here, I don't want to make this too confusing, but if you look at that picture of the sun I just had up, where is it? Where'd it go? Right there. there is no reason at this point to be getting all that energy. There's no pops or anything coming, any fire coming off the sun or anything to cause it. So where's the energy coming from? That's the first question. I can't answer that. I have no idea. There's a lot of theories, but I have no idea. Now watch this. Right there. Now, oh, look at here. Now we got a timeline here. We were at 10:16 yesterday at 2200 hours. When we get to 2300, we're getting close to the... Oh, wait. Uh-oh. Guess what happened? It's all gone. So the event with YouTube is the exact time all this data has been erased. Does anybody freaking care? Do you see this? There is... Where'd it go? Right here. You go from 11:36 UTC, or 2236 hours. The very next frame is 0400 this morning. 0436 is the next time they let you see anything. So they deleted over almost 5 hours. 4.5, 5 hours. Right? Let's see. Exactly. 2236 to 0436. So 2236, 2336, 0036, 01, 02, 03, 04. That's 6 hours. 6 hours. I got to write this down because I'll forget. 6 hours of no sun data. Missing again. Is it missing? Or why is it missing? Why don't you answer that? So, if we go before this, or after this, at 0400, we get into this morning. It's really nothing else. Now, let's go before that. I'm going to go pretty quick, see if anything weird happens. Now, just so you know, the sun is behind this circle right here. They block it because it'd be so bright, you wouldn't be able to see it. So they block it. You could see the fire coming off the sides. You know, this little magic stuff here. Go on, Cody. At the dog. Oh, look at this star coming across. What's this thing? Look at this right here. 1812. So in 12 minutes, this thing shows up a quarter of the way through the screen, and then 12 minutes later, it's gone. Now, this is the size of the sun, because it is the sun. Ah, that's a good question. How wide is the sun? How wide is the sun? Okay, we're almost at 1,000,000 miles wide. 864,000 miles wide. The Earth is 7,900. So it's what, 1,000 times bigger than the Earth or whatever? So the radius is 432,000 miles. So that's half. That's the whole thing, 864. So it's 500,000 miles wide. The reason I ask you that, that's another thing we got to look at. What the hell is this? All right, this object goes from, let's see, double the sun distance. So if I take another one of these circles and put it next to it, you could put two suns between this object, whatever this thing flying through the air is, and it's huge, whatever that is. That's huge. That's bigger than the Earth, probably, unless it's real close to the camera. So it's hard to tell in space. I can't say it's huge, but it looks huge. The travel, if it is near the sun, it went 500,000 miles times 2 from this point just to get to here. You'd have to go 1,000,000 miles from here. So from where this object's starting on our screen to here's 1,000,000 to here's about 2,000,000. So let's say 2.5 million plus the 500,000 before when it came in the screen. Now that's if this is near the sun. I'm guessing. But a lot of things fly near the sun because of its gravity or whatever's causing it, and shit flies into it, flies around it, it jerks around it, goes back into space, whatever. So we're talking a few million miles in 24 minutes. That's the basic math. Gone. 12 minutes later, 12 minutes before, it wasn't there. I wonder if this streak here is part of it. If this was it coming in, then it levels out, and then it's gone. See ya. Okay, so let's see if anything else shows up here. Oh, there's something coming out the right side. See, a lot of this could be magnetic. Look at this black stripes coming out the right side of the sun. Who knows? I'm looking for shit flying around it that would cause it to act. Here's another one of these over here. I mean, these could be, they could be asteroids or something. I guess they can go that fast. All right, I'm going to try and keep this down so we're not here all night. I'm going real fast through it. That's it on that. So we're missing the 6 hours. That's the most important part about this picture. I'm going to leave it up or in the background. Here's the information about the internet yesterday. YouTube goes offline for more than 90 minutes. I'm not going to go into all the rumors are the moon was gone, all this other shit. I guess some people believe that. I took a picture of the moon. I put the chip in the computer. I don't know if I'll get to it or not. I took one before sunset. I also took pictures of the sun tonight with solar shields on the camera just to protect my camera mainly, but also so you can get a good look at it. And I may just post those later. And if you look here, there's no geomagnetic storm according to SolarHam. On the 19th, in 2 days, we're going to go up to 4. So it's 2 now, 3 tomorrow, 4 on the KP index tomorrow. So they're showing a small event happen. That's what that's telling you down there. But they're not showing any events happen. But in the details, you see it go from a 2 to a 4. The energy's doubling. It's exponential, actually, so it's probably 100 times stronger to go from 2 to 4 like you got on the earthquake scale. Oh, looky here. Missing data again. Now, this is, I didn't even look at this yet. Where are we at? What time is this? Look at all the data missing. This is the most important thing of this whole night. Where did this data go? Now, we saw on the satellite, or on the, satellite watching the sun, they're missing 6 hours. How many hours is this? 0100. Oh, good. This is the perfect time. This is the exact time. 0200 on the 17th. Look at here. October 17th, 0100. So this is 12 hours period here. So this is about 6 hours total. And guess what? That's the exact 0200 would be probably right here. The second line. Yeah, that's it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. All missing, and these first 2 hours are the window that Google was down. So now I'm thinking, did they turn it off because they didn't want some amateurs like me or whoever, a couple other weird guys that watch the sun, to accidentally have seen something? Because if I had been watching this last night, where was it? If I had been watching this last night, which I should have done, I'm so stupid. Next time something like this goes down, if any of you that watch the space stuff, I'm not even going to go into the sites or anything, you'll know them. Go in and start recording, because that's the only way you're going to catch it. Because this shit will be gone in minutes sometimes. I've seen it get taken down, and before I even get done recording it, it's gone. So this would have been really neat to see last night, and I'm hoping somebody recorded this last night. So we still got time. I'm sure there's another guy out there that's trying to link the other things, and this is the thing. They're either setting it up like John X Army's channel, he talks a lot about it. Some other guys with this alien stuff that's coming, that the government may be wanting to get everybody to come together, to kumbaya, with like Reagan in the 80s saying we need this large outer world event to bring the world together, or whatever the hell he was talking about. Every president's basically talked about it. This current president started a space fleet. Is with that, space fleet. I don't know. More money we can just lose than the thin air. Okay. Here's something else that was interesting. I didn't have the exact time when I pulled this up, but I just wanted to have it ready on the screen. This is showing you the ions, the energy boost in ions on Earth, okay, in lifetime, blah, 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 right? So I want to go, we'll just run through this. You could see up here, it shows you how many gigawatts, and I believe this is down by Australia, I believe. I forgot which one I pulled up. I started setting this up a while ago, and then I couldn't get online for 2 hours. So, all right, we're at 2.3 gigawatts on the 16th, which was yesterday, about 6 p.m. UTC. It's 1800. Let's see what this shows. We're at 2 gigawatts, 1.7. That seems to be about average. Okay, here we go. We're in the window. We're coming up to 2 hours now. Let's see what happens. 2 gigawatts is where it's been sitting. At 0200, right here. Now we're getting into the event window. Oh, it jumped 50% at 0235, right when Google's down. I need you to picture. I can't put all this on the same screen unless I was to do a bunch of editing and make like a movie, but I don't do that. I just like doing this live. We're going to look at this together. We're looking at and you could slow this down, freeze it. You could see the measurements there. It goes from 50, 55, 60, 65. It's showing you that. So, and then look at your scale here. Okay, we're still in the blues. It's not that big of a deal. I've seen this thing go to 80, 70, 80, 90 gigawatts. So, it's still not that big. But was there an energy wave? Now, we have 5 pulses of energy coming. I think 1 or 2 have already hit the Earth, skimmed by the Earth back from 2011? I can go into that later, and I've done it before. But when that happened, that's when that earthquake in Indonesia happened with the tsunami and all that stuff. That was when the first wave came by. The wave missed the Earth, but it's still, they're saying, took a chunk of the atmosphere with it and so forth. Now, is that coming? It will come back. They said it'll be 5 total times. Nobody's talked about it in years now, so I don't know why nobody's talking about it. But anyways, here, let's watch the time. This is during the event. Let's see, we're at 0300. So here, to 0400. That's when I think they turned the timers back on between 5 and 6 right here. So it's over at this point. So we had a 50% jump in the gigawatt. This is just something small that they may forget to delete. That's why I look at this little shit. Because they may have forgot to delete this data, which obviously we see there's no deletion in this data. So nobody's paying attention to the ions, so we won't need to delete that, so we'll just leave that up. Okay. So, anything else on this page? No. Now what? Here we go. Now, back to this. How many hours is missing? You want to bet? I already know the answer, but you want to bet there's missing time on here? These are all different agencies. Some are NOAA, some are NASA, some are Joe Blow, whoever the hell's running the show, okay? Some are the space fleet, probably, all this new shit going on. So, whoever's running it is deleting shit in multiple agencies. Watch this. All right, we're on 10/16. Let me open this up bigger. Hang on. You're going to see some crazy shit here. Even if you don't know what this means, watch this energy. The sun's to the right. It's blasting in here so hard that we're getting this red beam now that's there every day, day in, day out. These are the waves of magnetic fields. These lines are supposed to be touching, like when you wrap one of those roasts in roasting, what do you call it? I don't know, whatever you cook all day, crock pot or whatever. You wrap it in there, that like the string. That's how this is supposed to be. It's supposed to wrap around and connect. Everything's supposed to be connected. Right now, it's all chaos. Look at this. Red everywhere. Now, what time are we at? We're on the 16th at 6 p.m. again. Let's start it right there. Let's see what happens. All right. We're moving forward. I'm just going to play through it before we look for missing time. Oh, I bet you there's missing time there. And I'm right. I could tell by the way the screen looks. This screen's been replaced. Look at how they zoomed in. They didn't even replace it with the right structure, or what do you call it, the right dimensions. So I wish they'd get better editors there. Okay, 1839, 2241. Again, almost exact. If it would have been 2239, you would have been exactly 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 4 hours. So something happened before the internet went down. So now we're at 1839, which is about the time it is now, I think. No. Yeah, 23. It's a couple hours before now. So it was probably around 6 yesterday. But here, watch this. Watch how this thing goes nuts. Look at these two energy balls building up here on the back of the Earth. One here, one here. They don't belong there. And they never used to be there. We're coming into the event. We're 2 hours away. Oh, man, what is this? I'm backing up. Well, something slammed us after they even deleted data. There's still energy coming. It's even breaking the energy lines on the front side of the Earth facing the sun. Look at this line broke. And let me tell you something else. See these gauges or whatever these numbers, 40, -20. This line, this bow used to go out to the 20. I always call it like the 20-yard line because it looks like a football field. This line used to extend out to here, so they had to lower or make the scale smaller to make it look normal. That's what they're doing here. So because it's not going all the way to 20 anymore, they make it look bigger, or they have to make it look bigger to make it look like it used to. And if you don't understand that, it'll take you a while to figure this out. But look at this. Look at this. Look at these lines. There's two separate lines of energy connecting. This is like shorting out a wall switch. And then where's all the lines going across? Remember the rope I was telling you tie your meat up with in the crock pot? They're gone. Look at these lines. There's like something blowing right through the middle of behind the Earth there. And oh my God, dude. What is this? You know what this looks like? This looks like when you would turn your TV set on. See all that static? That's energy from space. That's what that static is. And this is almost what this looks like, that static, that chaos. Alright, let's get up to the event time. Enough of this crazy stuff. Look at these. None of these magnetic field lines are touching. And wonder why everybody feels like crap. Okay, we're about 20 minutes away from when the internet went down. Doesn't this look like a black widow spider? Are they doing this to play games? This bulb on the front of the Earth was never there before. Ever. This energy is reflecting back towards the sun. I wish they'd stop lying. What? There's never been an explanation from NASA, from the government, from the space station, from the frickin' military who's now running a space agency. Why is there a big spider on this map now with a bulbous red blob that's bigger than the Earth now? Look at the Earth is this white circle in the middle. Kind of like that sun thing where they have it blocked out. Not this whole black thing. Just the white circle is the Earth. This doesn't belong here. There used to be one behind it. There'd be some energy here because the wind is blowing this way from right to left. This energy is reaching out almost to that 20 now. But it's all red, and look at this. Okay, whatever. Let's get to the event. Oh, what's this? What is reaching up from behind Earth? Look at this. At the 0-yard line up here. And now we're in the time that now you'd see YouTube just went down. Let's see what happens here. We're at 2:30. A lot of crazy crap going on. No missing data yet. 3 o'clock. Oh, what was that? Something now. 3:20 to 3:40. Man, this looks like it was replaced and they put the timestamp back in. They may be getting smart. That is a way, just like we saw that other picture where I was able to catch it just by scanning through. These do not match as back-to-back. They were doing 7 to 21. That's 14-minute increment. And then they go to 20-something minutes. So they jumped ahead, supposedly. What happened to the red line? Look at this. The power discharge. This is what's happening. Look at this. Red is the highest. Yellow's the next one down. So in this time frame, something happened that blew all this energy, this heated energy that's up front, disappears. Poof, gone. What blew it out? And that's almost at the end of the event, 3:42 a.m. UTC time, which is almost midnight our time, or 11 a.m. our time. This is messed up, people. And here's the issue, health-wise. The Earth, these shields are so hot because there's energy hitting the Earth. But because the sun has been so quiet, really it's been quiet. There's no explosion or anything on the sun right now that normally hits the Earth and charges up. That's how the Earth builds up to that 20-yard line. When the sun's constantly hitting it with energy, the magnetic shield gets bigger and bigger, and it gives us more and more protection. What's happening here is that it's shrinking down because the activity of the sun is dropping. It's almost been totally quiet. So there's been no sunspots, very rare. And then the only thing we are seeing is the atmosphere of the sun. You could say it's the atmosphere. You'll see a big black spot on it. It goes from the North Pole of the sun all the way to the South Pole, usually. That's not good. It's usually about a third of the sun is open to the energy, comes straight out. There's nothing to hold it back. And now that's slamming us occasionally. But all this extra energy that's hitting the Earth when the sun's totally quiet, I do this all the time, it doesn't make sense. Where is this energy coming from? Where did the energy behind here come from when we saw that black shit coming up here? Black's not even on the scale, so I don't even know what the hell that means. Look at this mess. This is a chaos. This is like a turn. Look at it turn all black. Look at this. This is like what happened here. Another 20 minutes. See, they're changing frames. Look at this. That's not 12 minutes no more. 34 to 54. So whenever they want to block something on this one, they jump 20 minutes. And now you see, look, there's those two balls. Remember the balls here? The Earth had two balls behind it. Now the balls of energy are going way behind the Earth. So whatever this is leaking back like something's tugging at it. And look at these lines. It almost looks like, to me, if you look at these magnetic field lines that are supposed to be going up and down, they're all going to the left. It looks like there's something out here disturbing. Is it Venus? Or not Venus. Is it Jupiter maybe? Is that tugging on this? Now see, that doesn't even make sense either, because all the planets right now are on the same side of the sun. So that doesn't even make sense. It can't be that. I think all the planets right now are in a circle over here. So we're by ourselves, and I believe Venus is in between Earth and the sun. Yeah, so Venus is going to be passing in between. So in the night sky soon, you're going to see a little sliver. You may think it's the moon, if the moon's not out. It's Venus. So Venus for the last 2 years has been so bright it almost hurts your eyes at night. Now it's just a little sliver in the sky, because it's showing us its dark side, according to whoever's in charge. And the dark side of Venus is now facing Earth, because the bright side of Venus is facing the sun. So take that for whatever that's worth. So is this connected? Now there comes look at this red. Here it's all back. By 0800 hours, 0836. Boy, look at this red blob. The blob, it goes to here, and then the red line, it's all one. So now there's no difference between the bow shock here and the spider's egg sac, or whatever you want to call it. I'd try to relate it to that because it looks like a spider to me. And look at the chaos. Look at this chaos. What is interfering with our magnetic field when there's nothing coming from the sun? This almost looks like there's a damn ball sitting here. Maybe that's not energy. Maybe this is something sitting here. And I hate to say that because you sound like, oh, whatever, but there's something pulling energy to the front of the Earth there on the right side. It's perfectly round. Look at this. Is that an infrared rock sitting there maybe? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. And I've been watching these charts. I've made videos over the last 2 years. This shit didn't used to be here. And then we have all this missing data. When they take data, that was my whole point of this whole damn thing. If you don't learn nothing from tonight, when you have somebody keeping data, hiding information, deleting information, replacing it like we saw here. They didn't even show the right 4 hours missing. They took it from, unless something else happened earlier in the night. I don't know because it's gone. So some nights I've caught it where I catch it before they delete it. Those are the best because I could show you. Here's what was there. Here's what they removed. Just like the Grace channel did. She was able to show you because she caught it, the radar live at the time of the buoys. I'll have to put a link to her video in there. It's awesome if you haven't seen it. Just the question yourself, why are they deleting data? So you don't know what's happening, but you do know somebody's lying. That's all I can tell you. So I don't know what that ball is to the right of the Earth, but it doesn't belong there. It's perfectly round now. Look at that. They delete sections. They turned off webcams this week all over. I believe the Alaska webcams went down. Another set of webcams went down in Europe. Why is all this happening? And it's like over and over. Well, why? All these little pieces start adding up. And when you see this chaos, this is going, because there's no shield to protect us like normal, a lot of that high energy is coming through and hitting the ground. If it's hitting the ground, which they say may be causing the Earth to expand now, that's why you're seeing the crust crack in South America. The crust in Africa is cracking for hundreds of miles in Africa, in South America now, and then these holes are forming, the water's draining out and then coming up higher in other areas. If the Earth is heating up because more high energy is hitting the Earth, it absorbs into the center, heat expands, correct? I think it does. It does when I cook shit on the stove. Okay, so from the little bit of science I know, that would make sense. And you could see a ton of freaking energy here. And this ball right here, this is the first time I've seen it this big and this round, with its own little yellow shield around it. I mean, this is creepy, dude. Okay, let me get out of this one. I want to show you this other one. Let me shrink that down. Now, this one's similar, except it shows you also the speed of the... Now, this is an important figure right here. 525 is about 200 kilometers per second faster than normal wind speed from the sun. Just so you know. You could look it up if you want. Now, this is the Y cut. The other one was the X, I think. X or Z, I'm not sure. X, I think. So, here you see the wind coming. The sun's to your right. These lines are showing you which way the solar winds are blowing. So, you could see the solar wind gets around the Earth. Some of it goes around each way. And then, every once in a while, you'll see these arrows turn around and go back against the sun's wind, which... Here is 525 kilometers per second. It's up here. Let's look at that real quick. 500. I want you to see how fast this is. 525 kilometers per second, 2 miles per hour. What do we got here? Kilometers a second, miles per hour. Why is that not showing right? What am I doing wrong here? It should, I think that's 1.1 million miles an hour. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you got this. I don't want to see it this way. Hang on. Speed, kilometers per second. Multiply the speed by 2236. I don't know. 5 times 2 would be a million. Yeah, so it's 1.1 million miles per hour. Because I know it's 700, I think, is like 1.5 million miles an hour. That's hauling ass. Normally, it's in the 300 range, maybe a little less. So let's just do 300 to show you. 300. So it's usually maybe 500,000 miles an hour to 600,000-700,000 miles an hour on a good day. So you got this idea. So at 750 kilometers a second, you're at 1.7 million miles an hour. Just so you got an idea. Okay, that's the one I'm showing you that. Where were we? I love that missing data. This is the exact time frame Google was down. Why? What else are we missing on this thing? Oh, here's the energy I was telling you about. Looks like Italy today. This is the North Pole of the sun. And these are coronal holes. And this North Pole is permanent now. It never used to be. There's another one. The sun goes from our left to right here. So you see it rotate. It takes 30 days or 15 days. No, 30 days, I think, to go around in full circle. So forget about that. That black you see on that screen is allowing the energy to come right from the center of the sun straight out. The rest of the sun has a little bit of a filter on it, so it slows it down. What else we got? Let's see what they're saying here happened. Solar activity was very low, and the visible disk was spotless. So that means there's no eruptions or anything. The disappearing solar filament, S13E17, which is, must be off to the side already, mentioned in the previous discussion, was not correlated to any of CME observation and available chronograph imagery. Additional analysis, so it doesn't say anything. And even if it did, they would have deleted it. And you just see a normal. Let's see if this shows anything. A lot of times you'll catch missing stuff. That's all I'm looking for. I don't care what it means. I just want to see if it's been taken out. If it's taken out on multiple layers, multiple agencies, then you have to ask yourself why. Now, I don't know what this is. This looks like, to me, one of the plasma. Here, I'll show you the plasma at, you guys have all heard of CERN, right? LHC. Watch this. I'm going to show you. I just thought of this as I just saw that. When the CERN particles collide, right here, you could see them on the screen here. So when they smash them, what did they smash these at? This is called the LHC dashboard. So right here, they're running right now, this is live, 6.5 TeV per cylinder. So they got 2 of them. So 6 and 6 is 12, half and half is 1, that's 13. You also see your UTC time, it's 0220 hours. Oh, is that UTC? That might not be UTC. I think the CERN uses the somewhat England or Europe. Anyways, they're running 13 TeV. That's tera electron volts. That's 13 trillion, I believe. 13 trillion volts. The highest ever. Started last year running that level. Or started a while back. And when they wanted to go to these levels, they were told by other physicists that, you know, you could create a black hole, you can create this, you create that, and they go, well, it's worth the risk. I'm glad they asked you and me for our input on it, because I don't want to risk going into a black hole or creating one, but I don't have that option. So if that were to happen, too bad. So my point here is they show the collisions, and they'll show pictures. Hang on. Where's my dashboard? You know what? Let's go to 24 hours ago. One day. They didn't used to let you see previous. And what do we got here? 2200. See, now we got to recalculate their time. See, they use a different time. They don't use UTC here. So I'd have to go through and look at this and see if these times relate. There's down. Maybe this went down and did something. What happened, what I mean down, is they discharge to the Earth when the energy gets out of control. So when they go above 13 TeV and it starts getting crazy, they'll do a beam dump, it's called, and then poof, it just disappears. into the earth. And then we have big earthquakes. And I even did a video 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, where everybody woke up and I knew in the house, and the dogs were going crazy like 3:30 in the morning. For the hell of it, I went and looked there, and boom, they just did a dump, a huge power dump. And I just asked, is that maybe? And then I think an earthquake happened that same, within a half hour of that. And I think it was down south. And it was a question. It's on my site here. Hey, did this thing cause the freaking earthquake and wake everybody up in my house? Like a bunch of energy went through the house. I mean, I don't know. You're talking. They tell you they're running, I think, 100,000 times the strength of the magnetic field, which I'm showing you over here on these other. They're saying they're 100,000 times stronger than this. 10,000 or 100,000. I'm getting tired right now, but. And I wasn't going to talk about CERN. This is not about CERN. But anyways, you can go to CERN, play around on their site. There's a button in here somewhere that lets you go all over the place. You could see all the different Alice and all the other ones when they're running. It's interesting to watch. They got the live pictures in there. Let me see something. LHC. Let me see. There's another entry to this site. Hang on. I want to show you where they got the pictures. Hang on. But you know what? We'll do this later. This is a whole nother topic. I don't even want to get into CERN. But I wanted to let you know the power they're running when they dump, and is it related? It's coming. Are they jacking CERN up to suck that energy out of space and then add it to the 13 TeV? That's just a question. I don't know. But there are things that appear to be coincidental. So when we have a solar activity, let's say it's either from the sun or deep space, and this energy blows by, all of a sudden you have earthquakes. Some say it's from the space energy. Some say it could be them taking the energy on top of what they're already using and then direct that energy somewhere else, if that makes sense. I can't. I'm just guessing. I'm not a rocket scientist, I'll admit that. Okay, 5:25. Let's get back to this and I'll get out of here. So we're at 11 yesterday. Here's 12. Now watch the winds at still 5:25. I'm trying to watch the time and the wind at the same time. 1300. I need to get to the event window. Hang on. Whoa, what's coming up behind here? Let me back up a little bit. Now the wind dropped a little, and as it drops a little, you see the arrows start turning to the right, going back towards the sun. Interesting. 1800. Okay, here's the drop. 1839, 2241. So more data missing. 1920. 4 more hours. Come on. What's that look like to the left there? Looks like a tower with an antenna on it. Ain't that funny? Look at that. If you turn this picture on its left side and put it straight up and down. Are they jacking with us, dude? Come on. And that's right at the event window here. So they're showing you that tower was just forming, and 4 hours later it's still sitting there. Okay. And looks just like a tower. With an antenna on top. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now look at the ball forming behind the Earth. We saw that on the other chart. Now this is a different angle. That's why you're not seeing the big... I think you're looking from above. So you're not seeing the big ball to the side. And we're getting to the time. And it looks like it cuts off. Right? I need 0200. I need 0200. It's not letting me get to 0200. 0100. What the hell? So we can't even see the event time. Let me try it again. I can't even go further back than 300. Let me apply it one more time, see if it works. Alright, I'm going to pause this, fast forward this forward. Nope, it stops an hour before it went down. So this one, they actually delete the info before you can even get to it. So, folks, I don't know what to tell you. The data's missing. There's a lot of things connected here. Possibly. I can't say it's connected. It's coincidental, maybe. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know what else I could say. Everybody's talking about moons exploding and all this other bullshit. Those are nice theories, but let's tie it to numbers. And I've been watching these space numbers for years. That's why I like John when he does the space stuff. I like to record it even because I don't have that equipment. So to see in infrared or in night vision, either one, ultraviolet even, let's see spectrums we can't see with our own eyes, and then look up what's up there. You know, maybe that stuff's closer than it looks. I got one on there where he captured a thing making a U-turn. How the hell is that happening? Those cells, it almost looks like amoeba, basically. If you ever looked at pond water when you were in high school or whatever age it was, and you had to see those little amoeba swimming around with the algae and all that shit, that's what those things look like in space that he's catching. And if you look on my channel, there's a couple green screens you'll see. That's the night vision captures I did for his channel. And pretty interesting when you see these orbs moving around. You don't know what the hell they are. Some of them you can tell. Some are shooting stars. Some are airplanes. You'll see the lights flashing on them. You can't miss it. When there's an airplane, the lights are super bright because you're using night vision. So the lights are just like blinding. Satellites, some of them have red beacons on them. Infrared also, so they're not shining, I guess, visible. But anyways, folks, something's going on. That was either a test run yesterday, which is a good chance, or there was something that happened and they didn't want everybody to freak out. And the only reason I could even think of that as a hypothesis is because you stole data again. You removed 4 hours on one, 4 hours on another, 6 hours on another. They're even removing data on the satellite of the sun. Now, if you want to check out the sun yourself, have a lot of fun right here. It's ISWA, Ida, Sam, William, Adam.com .gsfc.nasa.gov, and you'll have fun with this site because you can go look at the solar. You can look at here, I'm gonna show you right now. Let me just show you real quick how to use this because some people may want to do their own research. So I will take you there right now. Okay, this is the main site. Bookmark it, do whatever you want with it. Magnetosphere is where I go to most of the time because I want to see how much energy is getting to us, our bodies. Let me show you one more thing. I didn't look at this yet today. If you go to my site, WagsCgo.com, click that, and I don't care if you go there in general. The main reason is the link to the Schumann resonance is right here, this red box right here. Schumann frequency, blah, blah, blah. It's in Russian, housed in Russia, so it's hard for you to find. That's why I put it here with a quick link. That's the only reason I'm telling you to go to my site. Nothing's for sale or anything like that. Now, this is the Schumann frequency. Let's take a look at yesterday. 12:16. And they run off Russian time, so it's not UTC either. You got to do all this converting shit to figure out what time and everything. Right here is live time. So when you look to the far right, that's current time. And then you can go backwards. You can count the hours right here. 5, 4, 3, 2. They're showing you the hours. So if we went back almost 24 hours right now. So it's at the 7. Go back to this 7 is 24 hours ago. And then we need an hour and a half. So right around in here is when that happened. I don't really see anything crazy. So there was no frequencies hitting the Earth or the Schumann. Now here there was the day before. This affects people. I've seen these. And you can see them. These are on my site. I've done videos. Other people do some videos on this. When this thing's going crazy, you'll see it. You'll see news of these world leaders. You know, they'll come out with messages and calling each other names and swearing at their own people, and not just our guy. I'm talking about worldwide. And if you look on those crazy days like that, when people are doing crazy things, a lot of times that thing's going crazy. Anyways, then you got the ionosphere data, and now here the arrow goes to the right on each of these categories, and you're gonna have a lot of fun if you go in there, because there's a lot of stuff. These are planetary, where the satellites are and all that. Solar over here, you can see flares. Let me go over to one of the cameras here. Hang on. These are here. This will show you the coronal hole. This is a good angstrom, they call it. It's the frequency that they're shooting it in. Let's hit play. You can hit play right there. It'll play a quick video of the last so many hours. You could change the hours here. You click on this box. It gives you the current time. I always go about 100 to 150, just so I can go back far enough to the last time I did it. It's usually every day or two, if I can. You could see on the south pole the sun looks like a hole is trying to open up there, and then you got a couple filaments here that look like they want to blow right here, aiming right at Earth right now. So these you don't want to blow right now because it'd be a direct hit. That could be where it ends up taking power down, things like that, like in New York that one year in the 80s. Canada and New York were down for days or weeks. That was one of these babies, blue. It reaches out and touches someone, and when it's on this side that we can see, any of these things blow here, it's coming right at Earth. And you can see nothing, nothing's happening, so it's just sitting there. I don't know how many hours it's shown, but I just want to show you how to get in here, since we're at the end of the show. And ionosphere, I think we did that already. Okay, so I just wanted to show a different perspective. I don't think anybody else is going to do what I just did tonight, linking the sun to the possible Google. Was there an event for 4 hours that they blocked out and needed 90 minutes so nobody could be exchanging information, or maybe somebody did record something? Like I was telling you, you could record these in live time. Maybe they needed to delete all that, so they shut it down. I don't know. Or maybe it's just a fluke. I don't know. Or maybe an alien armada is on the way. I don't know. All I'm saying is, here's another angle. Put all the pieces together and you can figure it out. Let me get in here. I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. Thank you for stopping by. If you got any questions, send me a message. If not, don't. And you have a good night. This is WagsCgo. I'm getting a little tired here. Have a good night. 10:42.